get first ballot, he's getting in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Antonio Brown has Hall of Fame numbers, but because you don't like his personality, like if people are trying to throw Julian Edelman in the Hall of Fame, if Julian Edelman acted the exact same way Antonio Brown did, but had Antonio Brown's numbers, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I guarantee you. Most of the white sports media would be jerking him off and all this shit. Like, it would be ridiculous. The same way they do that to Gronk and everybody else. But Gronk has done wild, inappropriate shit in the media, and we just let it go. But if a non-white player did what Gronk did in the media, it would not be okay. He would be seen as a sex offender. Grinding on reporters on national television, constantly answering questions with 69, wild shit. Like, do I need to keep throwing up different players to you? Like,
I don't think that makes anybody a sex offender. That's a little bit of a reach. You
do realize black men are hypersexualized, right? You do realize the super predator thing is real?
Yeah.
Like, there was a black dude a couple days ago who got a bunch of guns pulled on him because some white lady said he was staring at her in 2019. So what I'm saying ain't far-fetched or race baiting. Like, this shit's real.
I didn't say that.
I know you
just said it was a reach.
But I'm just saying,
I said it was a reach.
Like, people acting like T.O. murdered a bunch of, like, a pack of puppies or some wild shit. Like, they act like he went in and shot up a bank. They treated him like he was a criminal in that Hall of Fame process. Like, he was a straight-up criminal.
I wouldn't say that.
Are you sure?
They treated him like he was a dickhead.
They treated him like he was a criminal, bro. They acted like he broke the law. He was a cancer on every team, but he was productive with every team. He's literally scored touchdowns on every team in the NFL twice over. That's how many touchdowns he scored. He has touchdowns against every team in the NFL at least twice over. Like, he did everything right as a football player on the field. Tony Romo was I'm sorry, but he's not a Hall of Famer. He's a scrub. There, I said it. Probably a nice guy, horribly overrated, and everybody gave him an excuse when he couldn't win or couldn't get it done, but he had plenty of talent around him, and he never won.
All right, next up, man, we got more Jay-Z and Team Kaepernick shit.
By the way, Eric Reed in the preseason game tonight hit Ben Watson, tight end for the Patriots, late, and Jason Coon Whitlock, decided to come out and say Eric Reed's against violence against black men until he's not. First off,
what?
Coon ass. You want me to read the tweet? I'll read the tweet. Last time I checked, it's football, so you have to hit people. Like, if
that's a false equivalency.
That's such a false equivalency. Like, I don't even want to make a fat joke about Jason Whitlock because it would be too easy.
But yeah, man, so essentially it's come out, TMZ reported that, well, the agreement and the details to what Jay-Z specifically doing with the NFL still haven't come out. What has come out is that this could be Jay-Z's ploy to ownership, and him getting in the room is going to help him purchase a majority part of a franchise. And I'm saying... bullshit.
Bullshit. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
I think LZ Granderson said it this week on the radio, but he's like, I'm cool with it. I get it. Like, you know, you're trying to infiltrate something and build something, and that's cool and all. And like, you're doing an entertainment deal for Rock Nation. And even if the social justice part of it is a side hustle or a side piece, he was like, you need to make it public, like, period. The details of the deal aren't public, so you can say whatever you want about it, but at the end of the day, until we know specifically what Rock Nation is doing and how much money they're making off of it, and what the goals and the metrics are of this deal, everything else that Jay-Z says or speculated about Jay-Z is null and void.
I'm going to just say this again. On behalf of black people everywhere who are just tired of that shit, no more backroom deals. No more. See, here's the thing. What people don't understand what the Kaepernick situation is, he had a grievance with his job, sued his job for stolen wages, lost wages, whatever, and settled for an undisclosed amount of wages from his job who purposely would not hire him and blackballed him and all this other stuff. He did not start taking a knee because he wasn't playing. He was taking a knee against white supremacy, police brutality, racial injustice. Had nothing to do with the fact that he wasn't playing. Those Niners teams were trash, and the last time he played, he had a really great touchdown interception ratio, incomplete, all that stuff. So he was actually playing good.
Except for that Monday night game, start of the season.
That whole team is trash, bro. That whole team is trash.
I get it.
It's not just him.
3 pick sixes on opening night Monday Night Football.
Okay, Matt Schaub, Nathan Peterman. Do you want me to keep going?
Were they all Pro Bowl quarterbacks making in the top 5 amount of money?
We're not going that right. What was their coach? Jim Thompson, Chop Soy,
Because
whatever
you
his
don't
name
even
was?
want to. No, I think that was Chip Kelly year 1.
It's Chip Kelly. Enough said. 'Cause Chip Kelly was a successful pro coach. You want to go there? Right, you want to talk about Riley? What's his face? That wide receiver,
500 coach.
With Andy Reid's talent. Try again. And then he traded away a Super Bowl offense. Try again. Go ahead. Try again.
You realize I'm not defending Chip Kelly, right?
I know.
So why are you trying?
No
to
one should be
Kelly
defending
me?
Chip Kelly on a professional, on his pro record. Let's not do that. So anyway, yeah, I'm tired of the backroom deals. And Dame Dash said it. Jay-Z ain't about shit. He's selfish, and he's only looked out for himself.
Self-preservation.
And Jay-Z said it years ago. That's the problem. My problem is with I wasn't trying to cuss, but I'm tired of Jay-Z dick eaters and dick riders.
Oh, 100%.
Y'all are the worst.
Oh, 100%.
The same dude who kept J. Cole from greatness. We could talk about that on a separate.
I don't know about that, but
he purposely was not willing to put J. Cole out, but whatever. The fact that he stabbed Dame in the back, Rockefeller, how that ended. The fact that he's doing deals with Leor Cohen.
Kanye, Cameron, Memphis Bleak, Freeway. I don't know.
Going. Yeah.
Basically,
State property.
Every rapper he's been affiliated. I mean, does Rihanna even claim him anymore?
Not really.
Even before this?
Didn't she speak out and say she was?
But I mean, even before that, she wasn't
really.
She hasn't really been fucking with
corner
him
like that.
She hasn't been in his corner
town.
Well, no, she's on his label.
I know that.
That's her boss.
So is J. Cole.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is public. She hasn't been fighting with him in a minute.
Jay-Z will do business with you if it makes money. After that, he don't talk to you.
The self-preservation, I don't think is an issue. If you're about self-preservation, that's fine. We get that. That's the first law of nature.
But don't market yourself as something else.
Don't market yourself and hide behind for the people and whatnot, and then you're scheming to get the extra dollar and not even caring.
Then you're Al Sharpton.
Yeah, that's just lame. That's whack. And I hope that's not what he's doing. A lot of people are like, "Oh,
he has a history of it."
Money like Jay-Z, but if I had that offer. Why does Jay-Z need that offer if he has that money already?
Exactly.
That's where I see the come on, black people, or just people in general, Jay-Z fans, wake up. He already had that money. If he really wanted to, he cared. Then
it's not even about him having that money. It's about he could get that money easily. Between the people he knows and is affiliated with,
he could do a Rock Nation festival during the Super Bowl separate of the NFL. But you want some of that NFL bag money. Mm-hmm. Jermaine Dupri had a similar situation, and he cleared it up and said Jay-Z didn't tell him not to take it, but one of the families was like, Jermaine Dupri, you taking blood money. And to a certain extent, you kind of are if you still want to work with them people. You can't work with the NFL and say we're past kneeling when I just told you about a black dude who got Emmett Till treatment up in was not Fresno. Was it Fresno? I think some cops on some Nazi Gestapo type shit. They decide they're looking for one person. They go to a apartment complex, yank out all the black people in the apartment complex. Everybody else they left alone. Frisking every black person there in the apartment complex, like some type of raid. And then they get this 17-year-old black kid who wasn't doing anything, and they start beating the shit out of him. It's on the news. I didn't make it up.
Stood by Jay-Z.
Don't tell me we're past kneeling and all this other shit. Bro, no one. Yeah. Where were you? Where were you?
Exactly. If he would have went behind this deal and said, "I'm not going along with this deal unless you put Kaepernick back on, then I would have respected him and be like, you're still about the movement and you understand.
But even that, it's like
I don't even think you need to do that.
Kaepernick, like, he hasn't said he wanted to play. He hasn't, like,
that's my beef
that's
with
not
Cap.
why. That's not why he.
Cap said he wanted to play. He said
Didn't
he's ready
that whole
to play.
Nike
But he
commercial?
hasn't said that in 3 years.
On social media, he
But
literally
isn't that whole
put it
Nike
up.
commercial
When?
like that? The
like
whole
2 weeks
point?
ago.
I didn't see that.
Go look at his Twitter account.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
He put it out. He's like, set 390,
Right?
897 days without work. But my thing with Kaepernick is you gotta like, I'm only gonna fight for you as hard as you gonna fight for you. So if you got people out here still trying to speak up on your name, but you're not really saying what's next or trying to lead people at least to where else they need to go, like, I can't fight for you, bro.
Exactly.
Like that's my, like, Pete, you remember my situation. I eventually was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do, and I did it. And then people who were rocking with me acted accordingly. I didn't just leave everybody hanging and say, okay, I'm gonna just say a bunch of vague shit. Him, his whole camp, like him, Nessa, they're being really vague and not saying, okay, what's next? But it's like, and I get they're working on different ventures, they're doing all types of creative stuff. But it's like, bro, if you don't come out and address this NFL thing directly, then people are out here throwing themselves on a fire for you that you're not willing to put out. So I will say, like, Kaepernick needs to be more vocal and say something, because if just now it's getting to the point where other people are coming in and exploiting off his name, and he's not checking it. And if you're not going to check it, like, bro, then what are we out here for? It's back to the whole Rodney King days of like, can we just get along, like, and stop making it difficult for people? Nah, fuck that. Like, there's people out here dying, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. So I see what you're talking about, but he never actually said he wanted to play. He just put out a video of him working out.
I get that, but he's still in shape and he's still saying he wants to play. That would
But
be
he
enough.
hasn't actually been like, I want to play.
Like, bro, like, he said it. Like, he's in shape and he's like, what else do you want him to say? Even
I want to play.
Bro, he said it when they were giving him tryouts.
Play.
They were giving him those bullshit
he hasn't
tryouts
got a
for the
tryout
Seahawks.
in 2 years.
Exactly. Because they were giving him bullshit tryouts with the Seahawks. You remember that?
How much has
That's
changed in 2
foreshadowing,
years?
by the
How
way.
much has changed in 2 years for him specifically? A lot. He's become an icon, a martyr.
I'm just gonna say this:
multi-millionaire,
I don't see why he should never
figure.
play again. Like, he should never play again. You got the undisclosed amount. Okay, tie up this loose end with
But
the
that's
NFL,
what I'm saying. We're on the same page as far as that. But what I'm saying is, we got to move past the fact that, and you're saying the same thing. But
You
we
got
got to
blackballed.
move. We got to move past the fact of Kaepernick playing football because A, he was never kneeling for that, and B, he hasn't come
Once you
out and
sue
blatantly
somebody, you
said,
don't
"I'm
get to
playing."
go back to work for them. If I sue somebody,
I know
I don't
that.
get to go back to work for them. So I don't know,
I
why
know
people
we
think
are on the same page as far as that,
Yeah,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, until that next development of like, he's like, I really want to play, like, I'm making a comeback, I'm doing this or whatever. Like, I don't know, man.
all I know is I'm just not here for when black people decide to be cowards and like make money off the pain and suffering of another black person and disguise it as, oh, I'm doing it for the group, the collective. But I'm not going to tell you.
I mean, that's kind of what
I'm
Cap
not-
did in the settlement.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Kinda.
Like I just said it. Like if I sue my
Kind
job
of.
for lost wages, that ain't got
Kind of.
shit to do with you.
Except for
He got money. He got back pay or whatever it was.
No, but you're leaving
from the
out. You're
NFL.
leaving out major details about
We don't know
all
the
the things
details.
that happened from that settlement.
I know.
You're to all the
Okay, how about
emails
the
that
player
could have
settlement?
leaked.
Let's talk about the player
all
settlement.
the emails that
and
were
how
going
that
to
money's
leak about how the
unaccounted
CBA
for.
was going to break, about all these different developments that could have happened from
They
that
settled with him. That's
because
why.
of all of that.
Nah,
because
bro.
he had
There was
the
a reason why I
leverage.
didn't make it to court.
Because of all that. Because of he had all the leverage.
Sometimes, okay. Do you believe that everybody has a price? There's a certain amount of money you ain't walking away from. Yes or no? You personally.
No.
So, you sure about that?
Yeah. No.
There's no amount of money that would cause you to go against your character ever. No amount of money.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No.
I'm talking trillions of dollars.
No. I wouldn't.
Are you okay? Fine. All right.
Like
Everyone says that.
no, when it comes to shit like that,
But
like
circum-
work and principle, with like the where those two meet, like, nah.